Well, it all comes down to one game. Game 3 of the finals in Overlord Prowler's round robin. Phoenix and Blitzkrieg taking us the distance after Phoenix with a very impressive win with a pretty cool comp in that last game. Greg, what are your thoughts going into this third game?
This is where it's going to get interesting with the game format we've been doing. There are very, very thinned out pools, very, very deep digging that's going to have to occur here. It's not as simple as just saying, oh, let's just draft this comp, let's just play this. You're now starting to run into people getting into champions that they're not comfortable with, comps that they have not practiced. This is where it's going to get kind of wacky.
And just for those who joined us later tonight, just to explain the format, we are doing something different in these finals where a champion essentially cannot be played more than once by either team in this series. So 3-game series, we've seen, for example, Lilia picked in game 1 for Lord of Admirals, off the table for both teams the rest of the way. So that's what Gregor Soares was talking about when he talked about champion pools being pinched at this point. Bans continue to look pretty much the same.
Yeah, we did see Tilted Pig pick well, he didn't personally pick it, but the Tristana pick for Tilted Pig very, very early last game. And obviously the pool's even more restricted now. I'm curious to see what else he's got in the tank.
I would imagine we're just going to see something pretty standard. One of the nice things about AD carries, and I don't mean this to hate on AD carries, but I think one of the nice things is that so many of them are played very similarly. You can play something like a Caitlyn, pretty much. It doesn't matter how much you really know about the champion. Obviously, there's certain little tricks you can employ if you're a master at her, but it's not that difficult to play her, at least at an adequate level.
For her, yeah, that's true. There's a lot of champions that do fall into that camp, and then there's the Aphelioses of the world, where to this day, I'm still not entirely sure what she does. Oh, they finally get the Leona through. Look at that.
Oh, they did get it. Okay. Well, yeah, we've seen that in phase 2 of the bans for Team Phoenix thus far. Udyr picked up. I assume that's going to be for Lord of Admirals.
There's no way that's for Fat Lee, right? I mean, he's well known for his Udyr play, but not in the mid lane.
In the mid lane in game 3, that'd be pretty outstanding. Oh shoot, I don't even know. Is the new Udyr out?
No, not yet.
No? Okay. I was about to say, wow, we might be in for a show. Mixlink picking up the Skarner, so Blitzkrieg may have to pay the QSS tax in this game.
They're digging deep for this. I am happy still to this point, despite the fact that you can't repeat champions. We are not seeing Zax. We are once again still remaining Zackless. Also, the Malzahar still up. Didn't get banned. Curious about that. There it is.
Well, there it is.
Fat Lee has to have
we saw him pick up the assassin. Saw him pick up the assassin last game. LeBlanc covered that Zed early, so I wonder if that'll be something he goes to now.
Fat Lee is
did pick up a couple solo kills on that LeBlanc early in game 2, but wasn't really able to snowball it.
Yeah, Fat Lee is one of those players in this community that I don't have any concerns about. Oh boy, ooh. That's going to be interesting. I don't have any concerns about his champion pool. I know he plays everything to a good level, literally everything. So him being pinched is not my concern. That said, we are seeing a Leona Vayne bot lane, which is not normal for GMA at all.
Oh, it's the dream, though. I love playing lanes like that. Hagmaw banned away. So they don't want to allow the Juggernaut comp through with the Lulu. Absolutely understand that. Zed is banned. So trying to target Fat Lee's champion pool just a little bit, but as you just mentioned, I think it's a pretty extensive selection.
Yeah, at that point, you just get rid of what you don't want to deal with, right?
Sure.
If I were playing against a Vayne Leona, I would be... Wow, yeah, they're...
really pinching the AD carry
bottom of the pool now. What's left?
Caitlyn.
Caitlyn's up, yeah. Aphelios, Callista... Quinn? Yeah, you're getting into the bottom of the barrel at that point. Leona Vayne...
Mid lane and... Sorry, go ahead.
No, the Leona Vayne, they need to be aggressive in this bot lane. That is a scary, scary bot lane. Even with a Lulu, you should be able to regress and do a lot of damage. I would like to see them actually play that very, very forward.
And there's the Caitlyn.
It's
Fat Lee was able to find himself an assassin, picks up the Ari.
Ari really really good into Malzahar actually.
Really?
One Q gets rid of the bugs,
Okay.
so a lot of that
I'm just
pushing power is gone.
envisioning, if Ari dashes in, Malzahar can just press R and shut it down.
True. It comes down to timing actually. If the Ari has it down pat, if she has a W on and she dashes, that could actually pop the spell shield and she can charm in the time that the ult is going off from Malzahar.
And then that would then interrupt it.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
okay, sure, sure.
Oh, there's the
Fo
Kled.
Eden getting his faithful Kled, something he's very, very well versed on. I know we're talking about champion pools being pinched, but I really like the comp that Team Phoenix has managed to put together here.
Yeah, it feels kind of peculiar to me that you have all of these, you have obviously different bans per game, and then you have these like sort of soft bans that you can't repick champions, and in game 3 of the finals they've managed to get Kled and Malzahar, two of their
And
best
Giovanni
champions.
Yogurt on Lulu is also
Right.
something that I believe we've
Yeah.
seen them play to great effect in this split.
I just don't, I don't know if I necessarily agree with the bans that they've been leveling against them, but I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, the Kog'Maw and Jhin, I mean, I get that they're trying to pinch the 80 carry pool at the end there, but not to belabor the point too much, but I just feel like 80 carry is such a difficult position to ban out.
Yeah.
Um, as long as, there are general auto attack based champions available, which there are a ton of, it's going to be tough to get someone into a complete uncomfortable zone. And maybe taking away Foeden's Kled would have been more valuable there. Then again, Foeden, very, very large champion pool himself, I'm sure could have found something.
True. I mean, I don't disagree with the Kog'Maw ban. Once you see the
Mm,
Lulu out there, you know that
sure.
okay, there's a very strong possibility this is something that's going to happen. I don't want to deal with it. That said, yeah, I would prefer to see. Maybe you have an answer for the Malzahar, but I don't know if there is a good answer for a Kled. Um, Getting rid of that was probably the better choice in my opinion, but not my pick ban to make. So
And Tilted Pig on this Vayne, I don't think I've ever seen Tilted Pig play Vayne before. So I'm excited to see this as a fan of that champion.
I mean,
And you touched on it already. This needs to be one-way traffic, I think, from the start for Tilted Pig and CB Hickey. They need to be aggressive early and often.
yeah, I think you just have to be violent. There's really no other way around it. I will say that Vayne in general as a pick is not normal in GMA. I think Brandana played it from time to time. I know you did back when you played, but I don't know if
We
anybody else plays it.
Pistol Crab has played it a couple times, usually in a solo lane though.
Oh yeah, I
And
think yeah, yeah.
we saw Ace bring it out in mid lane once, and it didn't exactly work out great.
Ace is washed
Oh,
up.
you were on
Confirmed.
that team.
Yeah, Ace
You were on
washed
that
up.
team.
I hope you're listening, Ace. I hope you're listening.
So toxic. Lost in all the AD carry bans and everything is that while Tilted Pig and CB Hickey, they will have opportunities, I'm sure, to be aggressive and everything. They did end up picking themselves into that old, annoying Vayne into Caitlyn lane, which
Ooh yeah.
is, kind of that was like the original counter pick that I experienced when I first started playing this game all those years ago, back when I was a young lad with fast reflexes. And it's always been an interesting matchup because I'm convinced that it's not quite as bad for the Vayne as people think. I think you'll end up maybe 10, 15 CS down, but once you get to level 6, you can all in the Caitlyn pretty effectively.
You can. I would. I'm going to be completely honest. I'm very, very worried about this bot lane. I think Vayne Leona, if it gets ahead, will completely carry the
It's
game.
monstrous.
Yeah,
Yeah.
completely carry the game. But if you fall behind, you are not going to do much of anything for a very long time.
Hmm.
Like, sure, you can
Yeah.
you can kill people at level 6 as Vayne, but like at the same time, you're level 6. Lulu is level 6, so you're not going to kill anything unless you have a lot of help. So I really hope they can get a good lead. Otherwise, it's going to be problematic for them.
Yeah, I think we'll see Lord of Admirals pay a visit down to that bot lane pretty early. Um, I think, as you said, that level 6 Lulu point, I think that they need to get some, maybe not a kill, at least some advantages, though, before that point. I think that level 2, that level 3 Leona period is so scary, and I think they need to take advantage of it.
Now the real question is, will Fat Lee actually have a skin this time?
Kind of hope he doesn't at this point. He doesn't.
He does not.
And Ari even has a lot of cool ones.
Yeah, I don't
Oh well.
understand. Oh, we do get to see a Monster Tamer Lulu, though. I haven't seen that one yet.
All right, guys. All the chips are on the table. Time to invade.
Right? Like, if there's ever a time to just say, to heck with it, where we're gonna fight, this is it. Don't be a coward.
Let's see. Team Phoenix. What's their best invade chance? Primitive flash in 5-person silence.
Yeah, there. Maybe the Foeden hook. Maybe.
Yeah, bear trap on a rope.
Maybe they walk into a Caitlyn trap, but then you're starting trap.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
You have an Udyr and a Leona. Why aren't you invading? Disappointed.
Yeah, everybody. I mean, I understand it's game 3 of the finals. You don't want to throw the game right at the very beginning,
I
but it'd
mean,
be exciting.
I suppose if you want to be a coward about it.
Oh, and on the way, ping. Oh, McLink is just getting his zone of
Okay.
tremendous power.
It is pretty tremendous, I must say. Trufflesaurus rightly pointing out that there is a QSS tax that could very easily be paid into this comp, and I agree that there is. Looking at the Skarner, who by the way also still does not have flash, and the Malzahar, yeah, QSS is your friend here.
And it feels kind of nice, I think, if you're tilted pig, because I think Vayne is one of the AD carries that can actually afford to have to divert in their build and pick up the QSS relatively early, maybe for like their 2.5 item or something like that, because she gets so much extra damage inherently in her kit.
Yeah.
She doesn't necessarily need to spike so quickly.
The good news is there's a lot less healing this time, so there'll be a lot less of that annoyance. And at this point, because we're on game 3, let's call a spade a spade. Fatigue is a legitimate concern for both of these teams. Mental fatigue, and you've been staring at the screen for that long. If something went poorly last game, you might be tilted.
Sure.
There's a lot of...
Or a pig.
Or that.
Level 2 picked up for Ooga Booga Queen and Giovanni Yogurt first, which is nice. You never want to deal with that level 2 early from the Leona.
Lee doing some pretty good work against Permaiden. Like you can see, those bugs are not getting to stay out very long.
That's a good call. I appreciate you understanding the that intricacy of the matchup, because that is obviously crucial.
I have lost to Ares as a Malzahar many times. Oh, he mistimed it there, though. There's still bugs out there. Oh, they're gone.
I think Primoden can at least feel a little safer in this matchup than he did last game against that LeBlanc. Might have just cast her curse, but does have that teleport available, so can get that free recall. Fatly continuing to run the Ignite, so looking for those aggressive plays, looking for blood.
Interesting to note that the Lulu actually went for the Relic Shield, so they're not going to be going for poke as much as just keep this lane shoved and be as annoying as possible.
Next Lincoln Word of Admiral's gonna have a little dance around this Scuttle Crab. Batley lands both sides of the Orb of Deception, so nice damage onto Primoden. I've been impressed with Gotta Get Lucky in this series. Just want to call that out for a second. We all know Foeden's a monster, but I think Gotta Get Lucky has done a really good job of just hanging in there in these laning phases.
Yeah, you know, credit where credit's due. Gotta Get Lucky, very good player, long-time player in this community. Foeden is, in my opinion, probably with the only other one, in my opinion, being possibly Godzilla, if he gets one of his really good champions. Just
Gank up on the top lane. Sorry, here comes Mixed Link. They are gonna... Oh, nice pillar from Gotta Get Lucky. Delays the engage for a moment. Has to flash away, though. Oh, a little bit of miscommunication there. Mixed Link kept going forward. Foeden want to pull off the gank. The bear trap on a rope will pull him back, though. There's the joust. Can they get the kill? Pocket Pistol got the kill. First blood in game 3 goes over to Foeden.
that was really close, actually. He almost got out of that one in one piece.
Yeah, it looked like he was about one attack away from death for about 3 or 4 seconds there. The dismount kind of stopping Foeden from getting that last hit, but then the pocket pistol available for the kill shot.
Yeah, and like you called it, that could have been cleaner if they were on the same page from the get-go. I think that doesn't even get to that point. But yeah, this kind of took a stutter step back, Foeden did, and that almost allowed Lucky to get out alive. Go ahead, caster cursing it right there. As soon as we say, oh
Yeah.
yeah, he's been holding up really well, that's when he gets ganked. Ooh, good charm. No mana to
Fatley putting
follow
down
up.
some damage. Yeah, didn't quite have the mana or the cooldowns to threaten a kill there. Even with the Ignite, I don't think it would have been quite enough, but he will bully Primogen back to base probably pretty soon here.
Yeah. To go back to the point real quickly, obviously we did caster curse it there, but Lucky's done a very good job of absorbing the pressure of this matchup. He's done very well into pretty much every matchup this... there's a gank. Never mind. Still don't get to finish the
Another
fight.
gank in the mid lane. I don't think this will amount to much, because, yeah, Primogen had no mana to follow up. Mixlink just buying a little space, a little time for his mid laner.
Okay. I'm going to talk really fast to try to get this point done. He's done a really good job against everybody, this entire split.
Against everybody.
Against
all
everybody.
the time.
All the time. We did it. Good heavens.
There hasn't been any action so far in the bot lane, so we wanted to see Tilted Pig and CB Hickey get aggressive early. They haven't really had any opportunities, so I don't mean that as a criticism. Giovanni Yogurt, Nuka Booga Queen doing a good job keeping their distance. And we haven't seen Lord of Admirals really approach any lanes yet.
Not
Just
yet.
farming up a storm already. Has the highest CS in... Oh, nope, the highest CS on his team. Not quite higher than Ooga Booga Queen.
Yeah, to that point, actually, on the subject of farm and Ooga Booga Queen, while they haven't been able to be aggressive, CP Hickey and Tilted Pig haven't been able to, they have kept the farm very, very close, which is not what you would necessarily expect with a Vayne into Caitlyn matchup.
Yeah, I haven't been able to watch this lane too much, but I imagine a lot of that is credited to CB Hickey just creating space for his AD carry. Just not allowing Ooga Booga Queen to come up, get those free pot shots, that free harass.
Yeah, Leona, by virtue of being Leona, it's very similar to the Blitzcrank thing, where it's just by existing in a bush, they can't do as much as they'd like to.
This is going to be interesting how they treat this minion wave right now, because I think CB Hickey and Tilted Pig have an opportunity potentially to get 6 slightly before. Never mind, the minion wave is evened out. Thought they might have had a chance to get level 6 maybe a minion or 2 ahead, and that could have opened up a big window for a play if they timed it perfectly. Looks like that won't happen, though.
Malzahar, as per the usual, just pushing the wave like a lunatic. He's already got a plate down.
Yeah, slight CS advantage for Primogen on that Malzahar. We've seen some really impressive performances from him throughout this split, so probably feels really good to have that champion in this crucial game.
Again,
And Lord of Admirals now does... Nope, now Tilted Pig has passed him, so Lord of Admirals continue to farm up a storm.
I still just
Oh,
can't...
gank in the mid lane, actually. Fatley could be in trouble. Probably has to use the ult, yep. Will charm on the way out, but not sure if that was right. He turns into the ultimate from Malzahar. Here comes Lord of Admirals, though, looking to put some damage down. Fatley just trying to dodge around. Lord of Admirals picks up the kill, and Fatley with the triumph. That's huge. He will definitely be able to survive this now. There's the charm. Tilted Pig is here as well, and actually gets the kill.
Oh.
Shows up with 1 auto attack. If you're Fatley and Lord of Admirals, you're probably rolling your eyes a little bit, but objectively, that's probably a good thing for that Vayne to get that
you
little
type earned it in
gold
the
there.
chat. You just type earned it in the chat and you call it. But that was like, ooh, hold on.
Gotta get lucky, just looking to slap away at Foeden. There's the pocket pistol, buys a little bit of distance, and Foeden will be fine here for now. Yeah, excellent turnaround there from Lord of Admirals walking right in. I like that he went straight for Mixlink, just ran right past Primogen, actually knowing that the Malzahar's cooldowns were down and there wasn't too much threat left.
Yeah, that's a pretty big swing there. And obviously, some dragon as well. We saw that go across.
Foeden has to flash. Didn't quite have enough to remount yet, so had to flash to buy some distance. Has got to get lucky. Could have maybe gotten one more bite, one more hit down. But there's the remount. Skarl's back. Bear Trap on a rope immediately after the joust. And Foeden will be feeling just fine again up in that top lane. 1,000 gold lead, though, over to Team Blitzkrieg after that interaction in the mid lane, and now they're going to catch on to Primogen again. Charm is easy to land as he's slowed by the red buff. Orb of Deception, down goes Primogen again.
This is going to start to be an issue. And perhaps this is why they were comfortable with leaving that Malzahar up. Malzahar does a lot of damage. Malzahar is really annoying to lane against. Malzahar is very immobile.
Yeah.
And Udyr and Ahri are not so immobile, so that's going to become an increasingly large issue for Primogen. He's going to probably need to either get some help or play it more safe.
Yeah, and we saw there, it's just so easy for Udyr to pop the spell shield as well. Doesn't really have to expend any key cooldowns to do so.
Udyr just kind of breathes on him and it's gone.
Yep, exactly. Down in the bot lane, we are seeing Ooga Queen get a little bit of a CS lead now, but Tilted Pig got that kill in the mid lane that he absolutely earned by having some insane mechanics in that fight. So,
Hey, he right
gold
clicked like
should
the
be...
best of them.
Gold probably pretty even between these 80 carries. Tilted Pig and CB Hickey probably feeling fine about the matchup so far. And they are getting into that territory now where I think that the Vayne can be more comfortable.
Yeah, they seem to be doing pretty well across the board. Obviously, Udyr has a significant farm lead. Important to note, there's actually a farm lead for Gotta Get Lucky on the Trundle as well. Pretty much even everywhere else. Even the like you said, the Vayne into Kate matchup. Like, there's a slight CS lead, but it is, not worth mentioning.
Minuscule.
Honestly. Yeah.
Yeah. Rift Herald summoned up in the mid lane, so they're going to try to get some plates down.
That's
Lord of
good.
Admirals is nearby, so he'll be able to assist with this, and CB Hickey is on the way, so good discipline by Mixlink and Primadin to pull off of that, but they do get a couple plates. That mid lane turret pretty low, and even though Primadin has died a couple times, he will still have that pushing power to continue to have constant pressure on that tower.
Yeah, I like that play by Mixlink and by Primadin. I think that makes sense. He's been struggling a bit. He needs a bit of help. Those plates will definitely help him kind of keep up in this matchup against an Ahri who could otherwise pretty quickly run away with this with all the pressure she's been getting from Udyr.
And Udyr finally officially has the highest CS in the game, so good job, Lord of Admirals. You did it. Oh, Ooga Booga Queen ties it up.
Now
and takes the lead. Lord of Admirals is in base. He can't do anything.
Lord of Admirals has done a very good job with farming this entire series. I'm pretty sure he has Flame Horizoned poor Mixlink every single time. Now, admittedly, Mixlink is playing a lot of tanks, so he doesn't farm as quickly, but it has been an impressive showing by Lord of Admirals, to be sure.
It really does surprise me that we've seen action in, the river, the two solo lanes, nothing in the bot lane.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much crowd control down there. I don't really know why they haven't. Although I guess there's a lot of crowd control on both sides. Maybe we may be running into like a comfort level thing. Like, we haven't seen Tilted Pig play a lot of Vayne. Maybe he's not overly comfortable with it, so they don't want to expend pressure down there.
Just wants to scale, sure.
Yeah.
Lord of Admirals is now plundering the jungle of Mixlink. Mixlink will walk in and eventually see that his camps have been taken. Foe Eden able to get away from the pillar. We might end up having a little bit of an encounter up here. No, actually, Lord of Admirals will just walk back out of the jungle after taking his prize. And things are... Oh, nice charm actually from Fatly. Just as I was about to say, things are settling down a little bit in this game. He gets the flash out of Primadin. So that's absolutely worth it, trading that Spirit Rush for the flash.
I think that's the right call for Primadin too. Like, he had ult up, he could have tried to return on that, but like, you're probably dead as soon as that ult expires.
Sure.
It's the right call.
Ignite
to
was
leave.
down as well.
Yeah.
Fatly does still have his flash, so he could look for a flash charm if he wants to go out for blood. Gets tagged by the silence there though, so not an opportunity at that point. Spell shield back up for Primadin, so he gets to feel a little safe. CB Hickey, that's the first Zenith Blade I've seen. Goes a little wide.
And this is just going to turn into a whole lot of nothing, because Lord of Admirals is there as well. Although, well, a lot of nothing in that particular fight. I suspect this dragon is going to be a contentious point.
Mountain Drake in about 2 seconds, so... See who's prioritizing it, who wants to fight for it. Primadin is in base without teleport, so I think if you're Team Phoenix, you're probably just going to half-heartedly look for a steal over the wall, but I doubt you really fight this. Both top laners have their teleports available, but both also have the means to interrupt each other. And Lord of Admirals will smite that down. So 2 quick Drakes early on to the side of Blitzkrieg. And we're going to get another Hex Soul. 3 in a row.
Jeez, there are other souls in this game, right?
I also don't think we've seen a single Ocean Drake in this series.
Well, I'm glad we didn't last game. Can you imagine? Ugh.
And goes Foe Eden on to Gotta Get Lucky. Has a pretty big health bar advantage, so this could be very, very scary for Gotta Get Lucky. Able to bite back, gets the subjugate down to get a little bit of a heal, but I don't know if... Yeah, he has to flash away. Foe Eden. Nice use of the ultimate there just to force out that big cooldown.
Pretty good discipline by Lucky there, to be honest. I would have flashed a lot earlier, but I'm a terrible top laner. But that was very well done by him to get out of that alive. Just, Cled's impressive. We all know that. There's really no way around that, and this tower is
Oh,
absolutely...
Lord of Admirals, though, going right after Foeden, who had to stay to try to finish pushing in that wave. But now here comes Mixlink, actually. They could turn this around. Gets the ultimate down. Foeden, it does
good
still
ult.
have Skarl, but he's so low that I don't think he can go back in. So nice job by Mixlink to save his top laner.
That was awkward. I understand why it happened the way it did. The Skarner pulled him towards his own tower, which I'm sure was actually kind of nice for Lord of Admirals when he came out of that ult. He's like, okay, I'll just leave. But if he couldn't pull him the other direction, because if he did, then he'd come out of it and probably just, kill the Kled. So, well played on both sides.
You were talking about gotta get lucky with some nice discipline on his flash use in that engagement as well. Nice job by Foeden there, actually, to really know the limits there and hold on to his flash, because he was taken pretty low there.
This tower might be going down here. I'm try to get back.
Yeah, gotta get lucky, just smacking away. Here comes Fatley looking for a charm. Can't get the spell shield off though, and so we'll hold on to the cooldown for now. CB Hickey and Tilted Pig roaming up towards the mid lane.
They've been spotted.
But they are on a ward. Now they realize. They were spotted on the way up, I believe, as well. Yeah, there's a ward near the bottom side tri-brush.
I will, we've called attention to it a couple times. I'll say it one more time, though. The Vayne Kate matchup is not ideal for Vayne. Like you said, it's not as imbalanced as a lot of people think, but it's not fun for the Vayne, usually. But if you're looking at the gold, it's like, what, maybe 100, 200 gold difference?
There's the Solar Flare. They're looking for a play down in the bot lane finally. There's a Condemn by Tilted Pig. They get Giovanni Yogurt into the wall. Has to use the Wild Growth on himself. Ooh, Tilted Pig almost stepped on that trap. That would have been trouble. Here comes Fat Lee, though, and Giovanni Yogurt should have walked away. Stuck around too long and goes down. Nice roam from the Ahri.
Really well played there. Two Zenith Blades, well, the ult missed, the Zenith Blade missed, which is unfortunate. Although, to be honest, I don't know if CB Hickey wanted to go under the tower to that extent. But Ahri, really good job cleaning that up.
You gotta get lucky just pounding away at Foeden up there in that top lane. Trundle is such a funny character to watch. Just looks so silly. But he's starting to put down some big damage. Foeden turning it back, though. Gets Skarl back, though. Here's the joust. Oh my gosh, they're just wailing on each other, but the pocket pistol again. Actually, I think he got the last auto attack, got the kill. Pocket pistol for style afterward.
Man, I love watching top laners fight because there's no orb walking involved. There's no fancy mechanics. It's just standing there and slap. It's like the tortilla thing from TikTok. You just stand there and slap the crap out of each other. You love to see it.
Foeden comes out on top of that duel, 2-0 now on that Kled. Yeah, funny, pretty much identical builds for the two top laners at this point.
I will say it's close. It's exceptionally close. There is no guarantee that is going to continue to trend up, and I'm pretty sure, I'm not a top laner, so I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that the Trundle is going to scale better than the Kled will. And as a result, that fight is not always going to go the same way.
Another nice use of a Rift Herald there. Mixlink picks up the tower, and that pushing power of Primudon did eventually melt that mid lane turret as well. So that's 3 towers now, as Foeden got the top one. Going over to the side of Team Phoenix. And they've launched themselves into a very slight gold lead. I shouldn't say launch. They have staggered their way into a slight gold lead.
Yeah, the trap line.
You're stepping on traps, but Lord of Admirals feels just fine taking that headshot. Doesn't hurt too much yet. Drake in 15 seconds, so Team Phoenix, they're a little early to this, but they were able to get the trap line set up.
It's important to note the Kled is going towards top, whereas Trundle is just walking down now.
Yeah, Foeden's teleporting in now. Teleports to the bot lane. Charge is not available yet for Kled, so I assume that Team Phoenix, they'll want to wait, play slow, get that cooldown. Other than that, all ultimates are available. Flash available on almost everybody as well. Primudon gets charmed up, the spell shield taken off early, but in goes everybody else. They're looking for Fat Lee in the back line. Foeden gets dismounted very early, though. He's in a dangerous situation, has to flash away. Mixlink really, really low as well. They get the ultimate out onto Tilted Pig, who has to flash away. In the back line, Lord of Admirals is wreaking havoc, though. Foeden goes down. Primudon just trying to run for his life from CB Hickey. When does the Zenith Blade come off? Anytime now, it's got to come out, but there's a silence. He can't put it out, and he is going to burn down. One more Silver Bolt from Tilted Pig would be huge, and Primudon, I think he stopped a little bit too much. He will eventually get the kill, though, with the dot. But overall, a really, really nice fight for Blitzkrieg. They go 4 for 2 on that one.
Very good fight. I'm laughing because Lord of Admirals, after he finished his part of the team fight, decided he's just going to go do red instead of actually, dealing with the bot half of it. That said, very well played. I did see the Lulu ult come across on the Skarner, which is not probably the target you want to be ulting, but I understand that was necessary to potentially save that fight. Like you called, the dismount occurred very, very early, which was costly. The Kled couldn't stay in the fight as firmly at that point, and as a result, now that dragon is going over. It is soul point already.
Yeah, and we've seen in games 1 and 2, the team that had the advantage stacking Drakes was actually at a gold disadvantage around this point of the game. This time, Blitzkrieg has the dragons and the gold lead. So Team Phoenix with a little bit of an uphill climb. The gold lead is pretty small, so obviously not an insurmountable deficit, but this game could get away from them if they're not careful.
Yeah, absolutely true. And obviously with the team fights, it's a lot harder for the Malzahar to do what he wants to do, for the Skarner to do what he wants to do, but they need to, I think it was called out in chat, yeah it was. The QSS is still absolutely a tax that should be considered to be paid. I wouldn't even be upset with the McHale's coming across here for CB Hickey. Just something to prevent all of this point-click CC from murdering you.
Foeden is starting to really do damage right now, though. Got to get lucky, taken down to about half health just from maybe 4 or 5 auto attacks. Foeden continues to go in. Subjugate had to be used by Gotta Get Lucky, and now Lord of Admirals is here. Foeden has overstepped a little bit. Down he goes. Lord of Admirals in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, that was a costly one. They can't... I don't think they're in a position where they can capitalize off of it too much. There's no... I mean, they're not going to go for Baron. That's not a very safe idea. Good
Charm on a mix link.
But it takes that pressure off. Foeden being off the board, you don't have to worry about him running 600 miles an hour and chasing you down.
And just watching that play, it felt like a little bit of tilt maybe from Foeden. He got a really, really great trade early on, Gotta Get Lucky. I felt like he didn't need to continue that engagement and put himself in that danger.
Yeah, it's a little tricky because Lucky, to his credit, has not been telegraphing.
Oh, Primidon could be in trouble here. There's a lot of CC coming his direction. He jukes all of it, though. Giovanni Yogurt is there to help out. Gets stunned up by CB Hickey. Meanwhile, Ooga Booga Queen is in trouble here. Doesn't quite get the trap down. Lord of Admirals just walks under the turret, slaps him down, 1 auto. Mixlink looking for a play onto CB Hickey. Gets the slowdown, gets the stun, and there's the suppression. CB Hickey is going to drop. In comes Skarl as well. Kill goes over to Primidon, which is nice for Team Phoenix, so they get a kill despite losing Ooga Booga Queen in the bot lane. Charm onto Foeden, that's a lot of damage. That looks like a fun champion to play. I kind of want to pick him up.
Good pillar.
Nice use of the Joust to actually use it sort of as an escape there, dashing through. Gotta Get Lucky up from under the tower. And Mixlink and Lord of Admirals are just going to slap each other. Wow, 4 level advantage, though, for Lord of Admirals right now. That farm is insane. He's 6-0-2. This Udyr is... I wonder if we'll get to the point where we start seeing Udyr just do the stereotypical annoying split push, never catch me, never kill me type things.
I think it'll probably depend on whether or not they're... I mean, if they're just firmly winning team fights, which they have been, he doesn't need to. But if they ever fall behind or it's tied, then yeah, I would expect the Trick 2G to come out. There's a blast from the
wow,
past.
I forgot about that guy, yeah.
Ace has pointed out there's been 3 Hex Souls in a row. Yeah, I don't think there's any other Souls that exist anymore.
Yep, that was another stipulation of these finals.
Yeah, you can't repeat champions or dragons. Well, you can only repeat dragons. You can't.
Yeah. I think it's even more surprising that we haven't seen a single Ocean Drake. At least I'm pretty sure.
I don't think so. I think you're right. I remember seeing some... Oh yeah, there's some Infernals out there. Some mountains, but...
Mountain Gandalf. Mixlink zooming in. Fatly, very safe though. Lord of Admirals is level 15. This is kind of getting absurd at this point.
Yeah, he is a problem for them right now. I don't really know how you stop him.
And he has officially Flame Horizon Mixlink at 24 minutes.
He is officially Flame Horizoned. Well, no, he hasn't Flame Horizoned anybody else on the enemy team, but he's getting there.
Yeah, might only be a matter of time. And it's so crucial, I think, that Primidon actually gets the ult down onto Fat Lee. I'm
deal.
wondering right there, actually, CB Hickey goes back in, they continue the engagement, but it's very, very split up. Lord of Admirals is just zoning out the entire backline. They pull him back in with the Garner up, but I don't think they can kill him before the rest of the team comes back. Here's Fat Lee, CB Hickey into the backline, causing so much disruption with that Leona. Oh boy, though, gotta get lucky. Arrives to the fight just in time. CB Hickey does go down. Can they kite back? Team Phoenix, they're so low. Foeden, does he have the pocket pistol available? He can't get away. Gotta get lucky. Dismounts him again, but gets taken down. On the other side, though, 2 more kills go the way of Blitzkrieg, and they win that fight 3-2, and they will be able to get this soul now.
That was a war of attrition. Lots of trading. Double kill for both the Caitlyn and the Vayne. I think that's important to note. The Vayne is now 4-1, so any sort of, oh, I'm not so sure that Tilted Pig can play Vayne, well, I would recommend you look at the scoreboard and see for yourself. He's doing quite well.
Yeah, looking very, very solid.
He's ahead on farm from the Caitlyn.
And that's the Hexel going over. Right before that fight popped off, I was going to say it's so difficult right now for Team Phoenix because ideally you kind of just want to stall this game out. You know, obviously Lord of Admirals has this enormous level advantage, but levels are capped. Once you get to 18, you can't really get any further. So you want to stall it out, hang in there so that you can eventually equalize that. But when you're going against a soul at 25 minutes, it's the idea of getting to late game sounds very difficult.
Yeah. It's also important to note, too, that was a very, very good ult by the Malzahar and a good follow-up by its team, but you'll notice that the Ahri did not die. And that's without QSSs. Now, the Vayne has a QSS. If Ahri decides to build one, which would be a little bit surprising, I just don't see how they could possibly have enough damage to pump it out, unless, like you said, they can stall it out long enough where the Caitlyn becomes a large enough threat.
Yeah, there was one interaction at the very beginning of that fight that I was curious about. I don't think it would have really made a huge difference, but Booga Booga Queen walked up and threw out a Piltover Peacemaker as we get a pause. And I wonder if she could have placed a trap under Fatley instead in that time and chained the CC.
Probably. I mean, my guess is, like, my only thought is that maybe she thought that there was enough damage that she wouldn't need to, but yeah, kind of makes you wonder. That said, even if they'd gotten the Ahri, I think the follow-up would have been so quick that I'm not entirely convinced they would have won the fight afterwards.
Yeah, Lord of Admirals looks pretty much unkillable right now.
250 farm and he's 6-0. Good heavens.
Looks like we might be having some technical issues actually for Lord of Admirals right now, though. That might be the reason for this pause, so hopefully we can get that figured out.
Just taking stock of things at the moment since we can.
Yeah, we're back. We're going back.
We're already back. Never mind.
You can finish your point, though. It doesn't look like anything's
Blitzkrieg is in a
happening.
very firm and commanding position at the moment. And let's call a spade a spade. Lord of Admirals has been doing a lot of work. But it's not just him. His entire team has been showing up. Vayne has got a very, very good scoreline. The Ahri is, 207, didn't die to that Malzahar. Done a lot of work. They have 3 blue wards, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah,
even the Trundle's doing okay against the Kled, which is, it's been a challenge for the Trundle, but holding his own.
Yeah, I was going to say, got to get lucky. I'm not sure if this is the go-to Trundle build right now, but I'm a little surprised to see 2 damage items as the first 2. I'm not sure. Are you frozen?
I'm frozen, yeah.
Okay,
There we go.
All right, I'm unfrozen again.
Yeah, I'm good.
Technical difficulties everywhere. It wouldn't be a finals without him. Some pretty frantic retreat pings coming out there. And Lord of Admirals doing split push things. It's going to be pretty tricky to deal with him. I wonder if they'll have to send Foeden to deal with him.
Yeah, Foeden's probably the only one that stands a chance, and honestly, I'm not convinced he wins that.
I don't think he wins, I just think he can at least not die under turret. I honestly believe Lord of Admirals might be able to just walk under turret and kill pretty much anybody else. Nice damage onto Fat Lee there from Dr. Primogen. Malzahar has been pretty effective, but we haven't seen it get out of control like we did in the regular split. Mixlink actually dragging Lord of Admirals under turret as they get the suppression down onto Fatley, but I think they don't have the damage. Once again, CB Hickey, nice job following up with the Solar Flare. and will just retreat now. Tilted Pig, oh, I thought he might look for a Condemn into the tower there, but didn't go for it. Charm onto Ooga Booga Queen, but Fatly, I don't know if you want that. Yeah, put out the Charm, but then just gets headshot. But Ooga Booga Queen maybe has gone too aggressive. Got one last auto attack out, though, before CB Hickey could take him down. So Tilted Pig is also gone. Bowen coming in with the charge. Primidon finishes them off, and Lord of Admirals is pretty much all that's left on this side of the map. I don't think he'll die, and I think that Phoenix would actually be wrong to chase him around.
Yeah, this is what I was referring to earlier when I said that, yeah, Udyr could go and split push it, but I don't know if that's the best use of his time since they've just been winning teamfights. And as a result, because he wasn't there, he was split pushing, they just get run down. It's going to be, if they're going to do a split push maneuver like that, they need to be exceptionally careful about not over pushing the majority lane, because
yeah, it also, sorry, go ahead.
So fast.
Yeah, it also felt like Blitzkrieg actually could have walked away from that situation. But Fatly going back in with that charm, I think he didn't quite expect the headshot damage to take him down from just one auto, and that is what allowed Team Phoenix to continue that engagement, I think, and end up picking up a couple kills. Although Fo Eden was coming in with the charge anyways, so maybe it still would have played out that way.
Yeah, maybe not, but I do agree with your point. Fatly doing his best Icarus impression, flying a little bit too close to the sun. I don't know about this one.
CB Hickey going in with the Zenith Blade. Lord of Admirals is around, though, so anytime that Man Bear Pig is nearby, Team Phoenix needs to be very, very careful about the engagements they take. Lord of Admirals is level 17 now, so his growth will stop relatively soon.
He can't keep getting away with this. He has, however, Flame Horizon more people. It's really only the Malzahar that is not Flame Horizon at this point.
So for this Hex Soul, you know, as a player who's played competitively more recently than I have, at least, what are your thoughts on Hex Soul? Like, in terms of the hierarchy, we all talk about how certain souls seem so much more potent than others at times since they introduced the Elemental Drakes. What are your thoughts on Hex Soul?
I hate Hex Soul. I hate playing against it, that is to say.
Okay, so you think it's strong?
I think it's strong. I think the poke damage that comes out, the slow, it's just incredibly obnoxious to deal with. And especially for a comp like they have here, with an Ari, with a Vayne, that's like, they'll just thrive on chasing you down and murdering you. It's a very, very good soul to have.
Yeah, as if Udyr needed more chase tools.
Right. I mean, I guess Cloud is probably even more scary for an Udyr, who has just crested 300 farm. He needs it.
Yeah, and even Trundle. You know, Trundle just wants to run at you, bite you, smack you.
Yeah. Yeah, the damage is kind of obnoxious. It's the slow and the damage. I do not care for it at all. It's probably one of the my least favorite souls to play into. It also is a very good, as you saw there, proccing that spell shield off of Primidon.
Sure. Yeah, I just saw that. Good point. Elder Drake up in 15 seconds, and Giovanni Yogurt just reset, so Blitzkrieg will have the inside track on this. Mixlink coming around, gotta be careful. Could get caught. Fatly goes in, looked for the charm, found it in the middle of the blast cone, but Fatly goes too far. Flew too close to the sun. Again, Mixlink able to escape, not quite. Taken down by the Subjugate, and Ooga Booga Queen has no protection left. Giovanni Yogurt will die. There's no wave too close to the base, so I don't think that'll be game. But Blitzkrieg really on the precipice now.
Yeah, and it was similar to what we saw before. Fo Eden got that teleport off, showed up, saw the situation, and left. It happened too quick. He couldn't do anything about it. That was quite the showing there. And there was a question out about the gold. The gold now looking pretty not so good for Team Phoenix. About 5,000 up. More now.
I imagine they'll go straight to Baron here, pick that up. Gotta get lucky.
Oh my gosh, look at him
melting these towers. Yeah.
That tower looked at him funny. He decided he wasn't going to stand for that.
Yeah, probably just a reset here for Blitzkrieg and then straight to Baron. And then they have I mean, I don't even think you'll need to with the Elder Dragon and the Hex Soul, but they do have a very, very optimal 1-3-1 comp if they want to spread Baron buff across 3 lanes.
Yeah, gosh, how do you even fight into this? There's no easy way. Like, if they decide to go for this Baron, which I'm assuming they're going to here shortly, unless Fatly gets caught, which, okay, good ult. He realized that he just needed to
caught by Mixlink.
Yeah. Because like they can just start it. Like they have, you know, everything that they need. They can't. Oh gosh, yep.
Looking for Primogen. Nice job. That was the interaction you were talking about with the Foxfire getting the spell shield off early, forced Primogen to flash the charm.
Like if they go for this Baron, and they're going to, like, Phoenix has to check this. They have to, and they will die if they do.
Yeah, I don't think they can. I think you have to let it go and just maybe hope that Blitzkrieg throws in the siege of your base or something, because I think approaching that situation absolutely would have ended the game.
I suppose it's just now they have Elder, they have Baron, they have Soul, they have significant gold leads. I mean,
yeah, but Udyr's level 18, so he can't get any bigger.
That's technically true. That said, he's got 336 farm in 33 minutes. Sorry, 34 minutes. That's just wild. Farming Simulator 2020.
Atlee looking for the charm. Nice sidestep from Primogen, but Foeden with the bear trap on the rope thought he might have had to step too far forward to protect his mid laner, but they let him get away.
It was a good look. They have time. You know, the cooldown isn't super long on the RE ultimate. And if
the Elder Dragon buff is about to expire, though.
Okay,
so
they have a shot.
Phoenix won't have to worry about that. Lord of Admiral's doing that split push thing down in the bot lane.
I don't know how I see
sending
Nick
Link to try to deal with him.
Kind of surprised. Very far.
Oh my gosh, the pillar pushed Ogoboga Queen into the charm. Excellent stuff from Gotta Get Lucky and Fatley there. Lord of Admiral's in the back. They do take down Gotta Get Lucky, though. Didn't get to use the Subjugate, so wasn't very tanky at all. Mixlink looking for a hook. Gets onto Lord of Admiral's, but that's not really who you wanted. You're not going to be able to kill him. Tilted Pig is free-firing in the backline. Foeden gets Skarl back just in time, but Primogen goes down. He was all alone on that side of the lane, and the regen coming in now. This could end up being the final push, depending, although Tilted Pig takes a couple tower shots and gets his crossbow popped, so maybe that'll deter them. Could be 2 inhibitors at least.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. That was a very drawn-out fight. The tower going down there at that time.
CB Hickey could be in trouble as Mixlink, Foeden, and Giovanni Yogurt coming back with full health bars, but they don't really have that much damage. Foeden is the only one who's really going to be scary. Slapping away at CB Hickey, but Mixlink has already dropped. Fatley is going off right now, gets 2. Foeden still has Skarl, but I don't think it'll be for long. Another charm onto Ogoboga Queen. Fatley landing the skill shots to close out this series, and Blitzkrieg are going to claim this series. Very, very awesome finals.
Primogen's gonna do a last hurrah!
Malzahar!
He's dead.
Smacked.
Oh, he didn't die! He lived!
The Nexus died first. Well, congrats to Blitzkrieg, winning Overlord Prowler's round robin.
What a game. What a series. I mean, credit where credit's due. Very, very well played by both sides. It was neck and neck. Despite the fact that obviously this game and the series went in the way it did, it's not. It was close, you know. It was definitely a showing of the best 2 teams that we had this split.
Yeah, every game was competitive.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, I think we're gonna get an interview with our champions here in a moment. Hopefully, they're all still online. Oh, I see 4. Okay, well, maybe we'll just have to take what we can get. I'm gonna hop over to the interview room.
I'll join you in a second. Just have a quick shout out to Truffle. Truffle, I'm currently casting. Why are you sending me an ARAM invite, you ding dong?
I mean, the game ended for him 3 minutes ago.
I suppose that's true. I suppose. All right, let's get in there. I suppose it might be easier to just go to them, huh?
Blasphemous, but yeah, sure.
All right.
Although I just told Fatley to hop over there, so we'll see. We might just pass each other like 2 trains in the night. All right, I'm telling him we're coming to them.
All right, sounds good.
All right. We'd come to you. There's only 2 of us, 5 of you. Seemed easier. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So that finals, Greg and I were just talking. Not sure if you caught it, but we felt like that finals was extremely competitive. Even though you guys kind of ran away with that game at the end in Game 3. I know Lord of Admirals, you were so far ahead on that Udyr for pretty much the whole game, but it still felt like all 3 games could have gone either way. Just looking back across the series, the last couple hours of League of Legends, how would you assess that series? I'll I should probably say who I'm talking to. Let's go with how about Order of Admirals? What are your thoughts on that series as a whole?
It was super close. I mean, Ooga Booga Queen and Giovanni Yogurt were both super good, and Faux Eden did really well too. But I think that Fat Lee really showed up this final, which was big for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, so I guess I'll move over to you, Fatly, then with the transition. This little gimmick that was thrown in here for the finals, with champions being taken off the board once you played them once. How? What was your reaction to that when you first heard that we were going to be doing that, and how do you think it ended up affecting the series?
Um, well, actually, it affected the series because like nobody. Okay, we banned the same thing the whole entire time, so nobody had really like any other champions that we usually play all those champions that were banned. So it's like,
Mhm.
well, we don't have a chance to play that, so we have to like broaden our champion select pool, which we did, and it kind of showed how that people are willing to play different team comps into each other.
Greg, you got anything for him?
Uh, specifically for you, Fatley, I gotta ask. As soon as Lord of Admirals locked the Udyr, did you have a moment in the chat where you're like, I could take it mid, no one would see it coming.
Oh man, I mean, I didn't say anything. I just funny because we were talking about how many mastery points we have on our main carries, and I'm
Mhm.
like, I have 300k. He's like, what? You play Udyr? You're Udyr? I was like, yeah. I used to jungle a lot, but no, that never came up. But he was pretty good at it. Don't get me wrong.
Certainly was. Tilted Pig, let me ask you. This was kind of a unique format for a GMA event, with it being the round robin, a pretty short regular season, only 5 weeks of regular season leading up to the finals. Looking back on the split as a whole, how do you think your team grew? And can you just walk me through what the experience was like?
Oh my gosh, I actually love this question. You asked me this. So week 1 and 2, we had practiced. We kind of had a game plan going into each one, and we they were scrappy. They were long games. They were just all over the place. We came out ahead, and we're like, okay, we're just gonna keep going. And game 3, we got like, week 3, we got like destroyed. We were like, I don't know. It was like, it wasn't like push the panic button, but it didn't feel good. It felt really like, because the first 2 games were like sloppy, and then we end up losing. We're like, we could have actually lost all 3 first games, and it would have been really bad, right? We'd just be out. And I was really glad because our team kind of opened up with each other. We talked a little bit more, and we actually like, I was like really scared because I was like, this is either going to make or break us. We're going to either bounce back and just go all the way, or we're out. And I was really happy that we actually just kind of put our heads together. And I keep thinking of this analogy, but it's like in a kitchen, you have like a head chef who's like guiding everyone and like wants every dish to be the same. And we did that, and it didn't work. And then we were like, okay, we're all good chefs. Let's just throw all of our food at the customer, and one of it will stick. Like one of our dishes will be good enough. And that's what we kind of went with, and I really am glad that like as a team we found that together, and it made the split as a whole really enjoyable to play, and especially kind of having that up then down then back up, obviously.
Nice. Awesome to hear that. Great. You got anything else for him?
Yeah, I just want to comment. I love that analogy that you're using. I will say though that if a restaurant ever threw food at me, I probably wouldn't go back there.
If it was really good, would you still be upset though? Because I mean, like,
I mean, you could just plate it; it would be fine. Also, I just wanted to call out real quick. Smokey is being a true support and pointing out that the week 3 loss was his fault. So he'll take credit for
No,
that.
it's never. We all take the blame. Like when
Yeah.
we were all down, we all take the blame for when we lost that third week. We pretty much regrouped and talked about it more and played a little bit more together.
Yeah.
And
I
the
love
Rex is showing his age and forgot to ask what dish stuck.
What can I say? I'm a boomer.
Well, let's see. Got to get lucky. We were talking during the stream. We visited this subject a couple times there. Faux Eden, obviously a very, very potent player, very very skilled player up there in that top lane. But we thought that you did a really good job handling the pressure. You were getting dived a lot, getting aggressed on a lot. Can you talk a little bit about just what your mindset was throughout this series?
My mindset was I mental boomed playing Urgot yesterday, and I didn't want to mental boom again, so I just tried to have a little fun.
All right, awesome. Greg, you got anything else?
This is probably lucky where you're expecting me to give you some crap, but I'm actually not going to. I'm just going to say that you did a very, very good job holding up against Foeden. He's a scary player to play against, and I think you handled yourself very well. So just well done.
That's very disappointing. I was expecting a meme of epic proportions.
I'll send it to you later. How about that?
He's getting soft in
I know.
retirement. All right. Lastly, CB Hickey, just want to throw one at you as well. Can you talk a little bit about just the best of one format in the regular season? Obviously, tonight was a little more traditional with the BO3, but what was the best of one like compared to past GMA events that you played in?
I mean, it's completely different because you have to lay it all on the line in one game. Yeah, I mean, we, as the guys already kind of said, figured kind of a really cool thing with the what do you guys call it? Curse of the Sad Bullet time. About halfway through there, worked out really well for us from then on out. But didn't actually ban it all 3 games. I was really upset about that. First time I think I've gotten banned out in a game. But no, it's really cool seeing 1 game instead of 3. It just makes a lot more pressure. I'm not sure. Everybody was super happy about the pressure. One team that I don't know if did they ever won a game, but but it was really cool to showed a little bit of a different, I don't know, like charisma there, I guess, for lack of a better word.
Sure. All right, awesome. Well, congrats again on being the champions of GMA Summer 2022. Any shout outs, anything else you guys want to say to the community before we let you go? Anybody can jump in if you want.
Invite all your friends to the next one if we have another one, because it'll be fun. More games, and yeah.
Thanks
Awesome.
to all the casters too, and everyone put it all together. All the players. It's been a very fun split. Thank you for all the effort you guys put in. That's not always seen necessarily, and all the hard work behind the scenes too.
Yes, thanks to all the casters and everybody that actually wanted to play on Sundays. You could have been taking off and relaxing, but instead you want to stress out a little bit, with everybody.
Awesome. All right, well, Greg, you got anything else before we let these guys go?
No, just once again, congratulations to all of you, especially for those of you who have not won one of these sort of tournament things before. I know how awesome that feels to finally get the W on those. So congratulations, you all earned it.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, hop back over. Let these guys go.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, I get.
All right, folks. Well, that's a wrap on Overlord Prowler's Round Robin GMA's event for Summer 2022. Congrats again to Team Blitzkrieg on triumphing. Again, congrats to Team Phoenix as well, of course, for giving us a really exciting finals. And of course, as we just heard Blitzkrieg say, thank you to all the teams, all the players, and everyone, of course, behind the scenes as well. Greg and I get to be, sort of the front men for this band, but Prowler himself organizing things. We've got guys like Sigtal Lord in the back doing all the streaming elements, and Ace helping out as well. Arcane Soda helping operate the Discord while also being a player. Just everybody who made this possible. Really, really big shout out to all you guys. Anything you want to say before we sign off, Greg?
No, I would just echo what you said. It's a team effort to put this show on, and we could not have done it without the help of every single person that was involved, every player, every person in the admin team. Just thanks. It's been a good time.
All right, folks. Well, that's it for GMA for now, but definitely stay tuned, join our Discord, and stay up to date because we'll have more stuff like this in the future. Till then, signing off. Thanks for watching.